Rivals.com. We're here with Luke Masterson. Luke, just talk about your January. What are some visits you kind of went to and junior days you kind of checked out recently?
So first I went to Wake Forest, and then the next day I went to Georgia Tech. And then the next weekend I went to Duke on Saturday and UNC Sunday. And I was off for January.
It's a pretty busy January there.
Yeah.
Just talk about what sticks out about those programs.
I mean, the main thing that I was looking for is academics first, and then I kind of narrowed down the schools I wanted to go visit. And I think I mean, out of all of them, I like all the schools, so I'm gonna go out there for spring practice again.
Yeah, I know Vanderbilt's another school, and obviously here locally, and you've kind of visited a couple times already. Just talk about what you like about Vanderbilt. What's sticking out with them so far?
I'd say probably my favorite thing about Vanderbilt is Coach Blas. It's close to home, so that's nice. My mom works there, so I could get to see her too.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to be on the rise the next years. I mean, they have a lot of big plans. I'd say probably the most invested in their program, like money-wise and coaches and players, out of a lot of programs I've seen.
Yeah. Good deal. You mentioned Duke and North Carolina as well. Talk about North Carolina. What do you like about them in that visit? What kind of story?
Well, my dad actually went to law school there, so I've always grown up a fan of North Carolina.
Okay.
I like Coach Clem. He's a good guy. I think he coaches hard, tough football.
Yeah.
So I like that about him.
Good. What about Duke?
Duke, similar thing. Coach Cushing, hard, tough football. I mean, I like them both.
Yeah. You mentioned Georgia Tech as well. I think that's a school you kind of want to get back up to.
Yeah.
What sticks out about them and that program?
I thought it was cool that their campus is kind of like in a city. I've never seen that before, and so I thought that was pretty neat. I know Vanderbilt's somewhat like that, but Georgia Tech's more so in the city.
Yeah.
I like that. Same thing as Duke, UNC, and Vanderbilt. I mean, the coaches; those are like the things that really stick out. I like all the coaches, and that's one of my favorite parts.
Right. You mentioned possible return trips. Other visits you want to take in the spring. What you got kind of lined up so far?
So far, I've confirmed Duke, UNC, Vanderbilt, and Wake.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to confirm a Colorado trip and a Georgia Tech trip right now.
Okay.
And then I'll leave probably 3 or 4 days open for anywhere else I want to go.
So those springs, it's gonna be like more about checking. Obviously, getting more about the coaching relationships, but obviously check out spring practice.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to at least a few places, meet up with the players. Spend a day with them, go to class or something like that. Shadow.
I know Wake is a school you kind of mentioned a couple times too. What kind of sticks out about their program?
Wake, I like it. I mean, it's a small school, so it's not like everyone's gonna be crazy about football, and so it's definitely like there's a more focus on academics.
Yeah.
So that was one thing I liked. I really like their strength program. I'd say out of all the ones that I've seen so far, that one was probably the one that impressed me the most.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool.
Gotcha. Sounds good. So it sounds like that's a good core group of schools you're kind of interested in right now.
Yeah.
Any other schools that maybe haven't offered you yet, showing you a lot of interest right now, you think may pop off or what?
I say some that might be close. Maybe Virginia Tech. I've been talking to the coach a little bit. Auburn, a long time ago, like a month ago, I was talking to the coach, and then it kind of stopped. I don't know if that'll ever pick back up. Those two probably.
Yeah. Obviously, you're tall, you're big, play offensive tackle. What do all those coaches say like about your film, your skill set, which kind of bring to the offensive line?
Most of them, they all compliment me on my athleticism. That's the one thing that they like, my bend and my quickness.
Yeah. You mentioned obviously you're wrestling. Did you play any other sports at your school?
Yeah. So other than football and wrestling, I used to play lacrosse the past 7 years, but I'm gonna do track this year. I'm gonna throw, shot and disc.
All right, sounds good. And you mentioned academics. Academics is obviously seems like a huge part of the recruiting process. What are some other things you want to really check out? It's going to kind of ultimately help you make your ultimate decision when you commit.
I would say, academics is the first thing I look for, but then after that, I want to look at, the offensive line coach. Do I like him? Do I like the way he coaches? And I'd say next, probably equally as important is, do I like, the weight coach and the weight room and all that? The culture in the weight room.
Yeah.
So I want to go out to all the schools that I'm going to for spring practice. I also want to watch a lift there if possible. I know it's kind of hard because they lift and practice on opposite days.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to, for as many as possible, to go out there and watch a lift too. So that's pretty important. And then I'd say the player-coach relationship and the player-to-player relationship are also important to me. So that's why I want to go shadow play for a day.
Sounds good. Luke Masterson, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.